What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kicking with Leo, coming at you guys with yet another video. And today we're doing 10 wrestlers that will benefit with Triple H being in charge of WWE's creative. And I couldn't do this video alone. I had to bring a guest. Not just any guest, the guest of guests. And that is Juggernaut097. What's going on, man?
Hey man, I appreciate you bringing me on the channel. It's great to be back on your channel here. I had you on my channel a few times, so hey, had to
Absolutely.
get on your channel here.
Absolutely. So let's get into with the first person. You go first.
So, and also disclaimer for you guys here. If you guys are watching, and if you guys don't hear your favorite wrestler, don't be mad at us because we only I pick five and then Leo picked five and then we also have an honorable mention. So we couldn't put everybody on this list. That doesn't mean that we don't want them to
Alright.
get a push. It just means that we didn't have enough time to get to everybody, and like I said, it doesn't mean that we don't want them to get a push. So
Exactly.
just a little disclaimer there. So my number five is going to be Shinsuke Nakamura,
Okay. Good
and
stuff.
the reason why I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura is because I feel like back when he was down in NXT, Triple H was head of creative at that time. He felt like he gave Shinsuke Nakamura a good title reign down there. But then when he got moved up to the main roster, he just kind of, I mean, they had him talking on the mic, which his mic skills weren't that good. He did do that very good. I mean, I thought he was going to have a good feud with AJ Styles, but that feud didn't pan out to be that great.
Mm-mm.
So maybe if you want to, help out Shinsuke Nakamura a little bit, and I'm happy that he's getting a title shot against Gunther. That's pretty cool. Or Walter, I still like to call him Walter.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that he's getting a title shot against Walter here. So they're starting to, kind of push him a little bit, and be good to maybe even put IC title on him, and maybe give him a manager or somebody who could talk on the mic for him, or maybe just have him just let his actions speak for himself. But yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura is my number five. Who is your number five?
My number five is Finn Balor. If you guys didn't catch him in NXT, go watch some of his NXT work. Some of the best work I've seen from Finn Balor in WWE. He was the first Universal Champion. And when he turned heel in NXT, I think that's his best heel work I've seen since being in WWE. I know he did some heel stuff when he was Prince Devitt in New Japan, but I kind of think with him being in a heel, the whole Judgment Day thing, it's not really working. If you have them split and do their own thing, bring back the heel version of Finn Balor when he was in NXT, and he's definitely someone I could think being a world champion. Maybe if Drew wins, maybe have him face Drew for the title. Maybe have him win. I think that's a good
Mm-hmm.
thing for him for Finn Balor. So, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. But that's what I have for my number five. What is your number four?
That's not bad. So my number four. So I want to keep it. Um, I want to keep it have equality here. Because we got man or woman on this
Yeah.
list here. So I said, why not have some equality here? So why not add a woman on this list? So my number four is going to be Shayna Basler, and you know her run down in NXT Black and Gold. It was amazing. Like I feel like there was nobody who could ever take the title off of her.
Yeah.
But now, as of recent, that hasn't really correlated with that on like the main roster. Like usually, if they're really dominant down on in NXT, they don't really do the hottest on the main roster because Vince didn't operate that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I want them to like make Shayna Baszler more of this like badass and like where she can like kind of like a Ronda Rousey type. Because I mean, she is friends with Ronda Rousey and stuff. So in real life, so and she did come over from MMA. So if I like
Yeah.
make Shayna Baszler more of a badass, and also she had that little stint with Nia Jax a few years ago, for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. That really went nowhere. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to do something better with Shayna Baszler, and I feel like Triple H has some high praises for her. So, and it's also nice to see that Shayna Baszler is going to be going up against Liv Morgan at Clash at the Castle. That's going to be cool. To see some different faces around the title picture. So that'll be nice. But yeah, number 4 is Shayna Baszler. Who is your number 4?
My number 4 is probably gonna be one that's gonna piss off a lot of people, or people make people like, why is this person on this list? Are you on something that we don't know about? But I'm ready for those comments. But it is what it is. My number 4 is a women's wrestler, and I'm gonna pick Dana Brooke to be my number 4. I feel like she has potential to be like that powerhouse in the women's division. I know she's one of those wrestlers that whatever you give her, she's gonna try to make the best out of it. And I think that's what people don't give her credit for. Like some people are not gonna settle for some things, but she kind of takes what you give her and runs with it and make the best out of the situation. And I feel like if you kind of dial back on the comedic side of her and bring out the more serious side, I think she's definitely someone that can open up a lot of people's eyes in the W universe or just in the women's division in general. I feel like she's definitely been improving in the ring as far as in ring work goes. Her promo work isn't the best, but maybe with Triple H, basically saying he's gonna let the wrestlers go and let them be themselves as long as they stay within the bullet points. And I definitely feel like she can be one of those type of people that can benefit from that. She could give something like a promo that the fans can get behind. So I think it's one of those situations, but only time will tell. But for my number 4, I have Dana Brooke.
That's not bad. I mean, it's definitely a bold prediction. Seeing Dana Brooke, for Triple H to have faith in Dana Brooke. I mean, as of right now, with like recently, she hasn't. She's been very doing quirky stuff. So I mean, but like you said, time will tell to see. I said maybe she might need to go down to NXT and maybe polish up her skills a little bit, and try to get a little promo work. Um, but yeah, Dana Brooke is that's a very interesting one. Um, but yeah, let's move on to our number 3,
3.
which we have is Ricochet. That is my number 3 here. And another great person who had another good run back in NXT. He did a
Yep.
good run as the North American champion, and then when he kind of went up to the main roster, I thought he was going to do something, but like I mean, he did win the United States and he did win the Intercontinental, but I mean, he hasn't really done much of that. Like I like to see him like build like more of like a character on him and like build some more like empathy because like he has more that he has a lot of baby face in him and like I don't turn him heel. But then again, I was thinking, huh, he does look like one of those persons who be fit good into like the maximum male models because I think that'd be interesting, to see because like with a face like that, I mean, yeah, he would. If I was a woman, it'd be a different story over here. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. Like, it'd be a different story because he does have a like a male model type of face.
I can see
But yeah,
that.
Ricochet, and also Ricochet, he's great in the ring, and I kind of wish they still had the cruiserweight division. Like, he could be a star. He could, if they still had that division, he could definitely be a star part of that division because I mean, he's a great high flyer. He's good in the ring, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Triple H does bring back because I didn't. I don't think that Vince really liked the cruiserweights that much. He didn't really care for him. That I mean, that's the reason why he got rid of it because he was taking over control of NXT, and that's where the cruiserweight title was at. You know, when 2.0 was starting to come around, and then they just combined the North American Championship and the cruiserweight title. So maybe with having Triple H in charge, maybe we get that title bring back and get rid of that 24/7 championship. I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe.
because
But yeah,
they when they had the cruiserweight title, it was getting defended on NXT as well.
mm-hmm,
So maybe he does
yeah.
bring that back. I think it's gonna take time for him to bring that
I
back though.
Yeah, because like I said, like it's gonna take time to bring things back. Because like it wasn't Rome wasn't built in a day, so things are gonna happen slower. But we see a lot of changes coming right now. Um, but yeah, like I said, my number three is Ricochet. Who's your number three?
Okay, my number three is Kevin Owens. I think the way he got brought up to the main roster was great. He was NXT champion. He beat John Cena, ex NXT champion, which kind of propelled the NXT championship to a different level because of that. Because you have somebody from NXT beating one of the best wrestlers on the roster, or the best wrestler to come through the WWE, like a megastar. So that kind of built Kevin Owens up just a little bit. Just getting a win over John Cena. That's a huge win. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's one of those wrestlers that kind of got built the best coming from NXT to main roster or got handled the best. Um, I don't think he's spared or anything like that. I think he just kind of been in limbo for a lot of his run. I think with Triple H, he could probably get him back to where he was around 2015, 2016. He was more like a focal point of Raw and SmackDown when he was on there. He could be a heel or you can have him be a face. He can work either role. I mean, his run that he did with Shane and their feud, and then Roman Reigns was kind of like his best work as a face.
And also, I love the stuff he did with Jericho as well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
with the whole
think
list and all that. That stuff was
that
great.
was entertaining. I did like when they were doing like the list of Jericho. I feel like if they ever brought him back, I think they should do that again. We'll see. But Kevin Owens, he should be within the next year WWE champion. I'm gonna predict that
Mm-hmm.
now. WWE champion within the next year or so. But yeah, my number three is Kevin Owens. Who is your number two?
Okay, my number two is also it's gonna be Kevin Owens here. So Leo, you made a lot of great points. With him, having being dominant down in the NXT, and then back in 2015, he beat John Cena, on his first night being like on the main roster and stuff. So that was pretty big. And he did some pretty good feuds, like I said, with Roman Reigns, with the stuff we did with Jericho and the stuff that he did on SmackDown. I thought it was pretty good. When he got brought up to the main roster, and even the stuff that he's done recently. Like going up against Stone Cold. I mean, going up against a big star like Stone Cold, that must mean something. That must
Yeah,
means that they have some big plans for Kevin Owens here in the future.
absolutely.
And but I just wanted to make it more of like a focal point, like you said. He can play as a heel or babyface, and that's what Kevin. I mean, I like him more as a heel because he just I just love the stuff he says to like the commentary and like to the interviewers. It's hilarious. Kevin Owens is funny. I love watching him on TV. Like, he's so entertaining. But yeah, Kevin Owens is my number two. Who is your number two?
My number two is Sami Zayn. Now, currently, right now, he's doing his thing with the bloodline, and I can sense a dissension happening within the next few weeks or so. Because on this past week's episode of SmackDown, the Usos were like, Roman is double champion, we're double champion, and what do you have? So I feel like they're basically saying if you don't want a championship, you're basically out. You're gonna have to take their shirt off. So maybe they split from Sammy, and in the process, he goes back to that being that NXT version of Sami Zayn, the underdog from the underground, brings back his old theme because everybody loved that theme, including myself. And you have that underdog trying to against insurmountable odds, trying to overcome the bloodline, specifically Roman, and maybe within the next year, have him win Money in the Bank, then cash in and become Universal Champion or something. I think that's easy to do. It isn't. I think that's my number two.
I think
Who is your number one?
that's your number two.
Yeah.
My number one is going to be Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay.
Um, this kind of like, and another person who had another great NXT title reign. Like, and a lot of these guys I've been mentioning, they were great down in NXT, and that's kind of like, and that was Triple H's baby. NXT Black and Gold. A lot of these guys that Triple H, a lot of these guys Triple H signed. I've mentioned here,
Yeah.
and he was head of the creative, so I feel like any of these guys could be given good shots. And Champa, right here especially because like he this gives me like a Triple H vibe, like a younger version of Triple H here. Because I remember back at it was NXT Stand to Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
He came out like to like that Triple H entrance and like because Triple H basically retired from ring work and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, Champa. I mean, and you see the push that he's kind of getting right now on NXT. I mean, sorry, not NXT, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
With him going for the United States title. And who knows, maybe Gargano will come back. Maybe they might start a tag team. Um, I mean, who knows? Maybe. I mean, we don't know what's going to be in store. Like, only time will tell. Like Leo's been saying. But yeah, Tommaso Ciampa is going to be my number one.
Okay, that was a good pick. That was a
Who's
good
your
pick.
number one?
My number one pick, he just came back, and that's Karrion Cross. Him attacking Drew McIntyre and then setting his sights on Roman instantly puts him in the main event, pretty much. So I know internally he's listed as number two heel besides Roman. Double down on that. Maybe put him in with Drew and Roman at Clash of the Castle. Maybe do like a 2 out of 3 falls or something like that with both champions on the line. The first fall can be for like the WWE title, second fall for the Universal Championship or something like that. And maybe you can have Karrion Cross win just to go to show that this is a new era. And just because he's new doesn't mean he can't be a threat. And that's definitely gonna solidify him as a main eventer. And he's gonna be someone as you can take serious. But if you don't want to give him the championship just yet, you can have Drew win so he can get that home field advantage and that pop since he didn't get it at WrestleMania. Then maybe have Drew go back to Raw and maybe have Karrion go over to in the draft, win the WWE title, and then you can still have Roman keep the Universal Championship and then go from there. But my number one
Mm-hmm.
is Karrion Cross.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a really good pick. And I wasn't expecting Karrion Cross to come back so soon. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna, like you said, it's gonna take a while to bring, for Triple H to bring some guys back. But now that we see him bring guys back, I'm like, wow, this is actually, this is a new era under this is the Triple H era officially. With him bringing all these guys back. With him being in charge for a few weeks. I mean, you can see his vision starting to come into fruition, which is crazy. Which is it's amazing. Um, But yeah, back onto like the main bar here. So
Your
now we
honorable
got
mention.
our honorable mentions. So my honorable mention is gonna be Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Um, you know, another guy. He had a good run down in NXT,
Yeah.
and then when he got brought up to the main roster, he had that match against John Cena, the like United States Open Challenge. He did all that stuff. He was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he had his whole injury, which I think his injury really is what kind of been has held him back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe if he never got injured, he probably who knows where Sami Zayn would be at right now if he never got injured. Um, but yeah, I definitely think Sami Zayn, be somebody, get him separate him from the bloodline because he does not need to be with the bloodline anymore. So get rid of that. Um, and turn him back to a babyface. Like you said, the underdog from the underground.
Mm-hmm.
Let him, maybe go after Roman Reigns or something. After he gets taken out, and have him be chasing Roman Reigns for a little bit, and have that get that empathy back with Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn is my um, that's my what's the word I'm
Honorable
trying to think of?
mention.
Honorable mention. There we go. Yeah, my mind's fuzzy right now. But yeah, who's your honorable mention?
um, my honorable mention is gonna be LA Knight. I think the
Mm.
Max Lee gimmick is not doing it for me. To be honest, I mean, I think LA Knight is far more superior than Max Dupree. I think scrap this Max Dupree thing. Have him go back to being LA Knight. He is someone I could think be a solid mid Carter and definitely add depth to the States Championship scene or the Intercontinental Championship
I mean, he
scene.
could be a solid. He could be a solid main eventer also because people
Yeah,
like to compare LA Knight's talking ability to like The Rock, and I definitely could see his like
yeah.
charisma on the microphone.
I was gonna say he could be in the main event, but just in case they don't want to put him in the main event so quickly, have him
Hmm.
add some star power to that Intercontinental title scene or United States Championship scene, and then maybe after he holds one of those titles, then elevate him to the main event. So he's at
Yeah,
least
because I
earning
mean,
that
yeah, he's
spot.
great. Hmm. Because LA Knight or Max Dupree, whatever you want to call him, I like to call him LA Knight still, but like
Yeah,
he's so talented on the microphone, which like I say, he has so much charisma and like he could talk on the stick. So, and I could definitely see the comparisons between The Rock and LA Knight. But
absolutely.
yeah,
You have anything else you need to add?
no, that's all. That's all I need to add there.
Okay, well, that's the end of this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. We're on the road to 350 subscribers, 2 subscribers away from 350. Subscribe to my boy Juggernaut097. He's on the road to 500 subscribers, so keep subscribing to his channel. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description below, so you can go, guys. Show support to my boy's channel here. If you don't subscribe to my channel, his channel, you will get chopped by Walter in your sleep. And if you don't, well, you don't want that. So if you want your chest to look like Kofi, then I would suggest you subscribe to his channel.
Subscribe. Yep, and also turn on those notification bells from both of us, so you can be notified every time we make a new video. And who knows if you want to suplex that subscribe button, if you want to just give it a love tap, if you want to super kick it, if you want to DDT it, whatever you do, as long as you subscribe. That's the main part. Subscribe to both of us, or if you want to get chopped, or if you if you don't want to get chopped, then subscribe to both of us. Do it.
Anything else,
We're,
brother?
we're watching you right now. And also go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the True JSB. And also that would be down the link below or description below.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. 2 likes on this video, and I'll do more videos just like this one where I'll bring Juggernaut097 in. If you guys want to see some live streams in the future with us too, just leave a like on this video as well. But that's the end of this video from Kicking It with Leo and Juggernaut097. We'll see you guys in the next one. Okay.